It's time for Seriously, Let's Play.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So, when last we left our intrepid group of heroes, they have become the proud owners of the Manta ship, the as of yet unnamed. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Inside joke to a...
another game that will might be released already as a podcast by the time that this comes out.
Yeah,
but
it will be.
The bar, the bar was called the As Yet Unnamed Bar
Yes.
or something like that.
It just stayed that way?
It did stay that way, yeah. The character, the player who came up with it did not ever really come up with a name, and it just kind of stuck. So
Yeah. And it became kind of the trope. Like their character's name was Alias.
yeah,
The bar they hung out
it was also
was
known as or something like that. So,
Kind of like with our Call of Cthulhu stream and Pie.
yeah, yep,
Yeah.
The AYUB. Got it.
yeah.
But so you have now become the proud owners of this ship, which has been retrofitted to carry cargo and additional
And be
air.
defenseless.
Yeah.
It's not defenseless. We've got depth charges. And the Callaway
right.
lures are anti-torpedo lures. They're basically countermeasures.
Oh,
Nice. So we got
nice.
those to launch out.
Okay, good.
There
So
you
it's
go.
like yeah, I like that. Nice.
Except they're
Like a
supposed to
flak
be
or
launched out a
something like
torpedo tube. Oh, never mind. We don't have those anymore.
that. Then yeah, we probably don't have those anymore.
Well, you know what? I'll just stick my head in the moon pool and chunk them out.
Just throw them out.
Just drop them. Just drop them.
Do the underwater equivalent of standing in the open door and shoot a flare out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
There you go.
Whatever works, you know.
But so you have been hired for this job, and you depart. It takes you quite some time leaving the city for you to find the entrance to this trench. The trench itself, I mean, we're talking thousands, hundreds to thousands of meters below the ocean at this point. It is very dark down here.
So but the salvage that we're going for is only 200.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to go down that far.
Yeah.
And then probably go up.
Well, yeah, I hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're probably not going to use our lights because they'd give our presence away.
Well, in the trench we can still
So we made our ship look like a frog for no reason.
just for you.
Well, once you get into the trench...
Just for you, Brian.
because of the sizes of it, the size of this trench, where the walls are and everything else, you are illuminating the trench. So you do get an idea of the immediate area around you.
Yeah. I think that's smart anyway. I mean, yes, it may make us look like,
Tasty
bait,
food?
but it'll be okay.
Captain, you are aware that the creatures this low use light to lure themselves.
Guys, we are pirates and salvage people.
I'm just
we
thinking
do
about
this.
I'm just thinking about you guys because if something chomps the ship, I'm swimming away.
We'll be okay.
All right.
We've done dangerous things before. It'll be fine.
Well, there you go. So, how
I
about...
didn't like that.
Yeah. Dangerous things before. Now there's dangerous things ahead.
And probably under.
And behind.
So let's go ahead and...
Let's just go through all the prepositions and
Yeah.
put danger there.
You have
be okay. We're gonna
4
do
days
this.
of travel.
I'm going to be in my bunk. My very well-lit bunk.
In the trench. We're
Yes.
going. Oh yeah. Yes. No. That's probably good.
Open areas, enclosed areas. There are, tunnels that you're going to be moving between, things of that nature. But let's go ahead and get some piloting checks out of the way.
All right.
I'm going to want...
Glad you're not doing the crit fail system.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I'm testing my die first. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why'd you waste those rolls?
Yeah, really.
Well, one of them was really high. I
Don't
guess I
use
could
that
roll
one.
that one.
Now, I will remind you of the mechanic that I told you last game.
Luck.
Luck is very important. I'm going to be looking for 3 tests as you maneuver the trench.
Okay. So I have pilot ships,
Mm-hmm.
pilot scooters. Is that what that says?
Yes.
Underwater scooter.
Yes, you can actually pilot an underwater scooter.
Nice.
And you also should have one that's called remote piloting.
There is indeed.
So
Okay. Cool. So what 3 rolls do you need from me?
they are going to each be the piloting of a ship.
Okay.
Yep. Now-
you'd think I'd be better at this.
There's a reason you don't have a
Would
ship anymore,
any-
Captain.
Yeah, I
Now
guess
here's a neat little thing.
Whenever you
would-
say it like that, I
Yeah,
question
well, it
how
could
neat
be.
it is.
There is also an assistance mechanic in this game.
What does that require?
So for someone to assist you, they have to have the skill.
Okay. I think that's a no.
Piloting ship. Nobody has piloting ship.
No.
I can help pilot the scooters.
I can't even do that.
Well, then never mind. But we'll go ahead and
you
touch
swim.
on this rule
You're a swimmer, Brine. We've talked about this.
in case it comes up in the future.
Okay. For something else? They have to have
for
the
something
skill.
else. They have to have the skill. They make a roll as well.
Okay.
Now, whatever they exceed or do not exceed the required success. So let's say that their skill
Oh,
is
so
a
they
10.
can help. They can worsen.
Yes, they
Or-
could
or
help you,
lessen.
or they could lessen your test. So, I mean, if their skill is a 10 and they roll a 7,
Sure.
they've just increased your area of your area by 3.
Of success by
So
3.
if you were a 10 before, now it's a 13.
13.
So,
But if they get a 13, then mine's now a 7.
yes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm doing this alone. I'd rather succeed and
Are
fail.
you going to use luck?
Do I have to declare that ahead of time?
Yes.
Oh,
How many rolls?
3.
gosh. I mean, I've got 13 luck.
But what's your pilot skill?
10? See, I was hoping you'd think that as a captain of borrowed ships in the past, I'd be better at this.
We haven't borrowed a whole lot, apparently.
On the first roll, I will use luck.
All right. So that puts you at a 15?
Do the charts or anything give her a bonus? Or give them a bonus?
Currently, no.
Okay. That's fine. We're just going to... How about my knowledge of the oceans?
No, not really. Now you could, if you're worried that, actually, I'll do something for you.
Uh-oh.
Do a knowledge of the oceans to see if maybe you know a better entrance to this. And if you do, I'll make it an easier test.
Now, can I assist her in that? Because I would be on the bridge with the captain.
Yeah, and you have that
Absolutely.
skill.
Now-
Yeah, mine's actually 13.
Okay, well, roll yours first then.
Well, here's the question: are you going to? Usually, the person with the better score.
Oh, then he's got a
It's gonna be
better
the
one.
primary.
So I'll assist you.
Okay.
All right. Are you going to spend luck on that?
I will spend luck on it.
Okay.
I am not going to spend luck on it.
Okay. So you're spending a luck. So that puts you at an 18?
18.
Okay. So roll yours, Roxy,
I got a 14.
and your base is
12.
12.
So I
add 2, so you're at a 16.
I bummed it by 2, sorry.
So I've got to roll 16 or better? 15.
You know of an easier location to enter that trench when you really thought about it. You're like, hey, I know this location. There's actually an entrance a little further down. It's much larger, and the grade going into it is not as steep. So I will say that you're now looking at an easy piloting check, which will give you a +5.
Captain. So I've been looking at the charts. Captain. I've been looking at the charts, and I don't know what they were thinking. There's a much easier way to get into where they're going. It's got an easier grade.
Why
It's
we
so much
work
easier.
well together.
Oh, I
Brian.
know.
I mean, I know that I spilled coffee on the chart while you were trying to look at it.
It made it a little
But-
more difficult, but it's all right. I get it. We're a little nervous. But yeah, no, it's going to be a whole lot easier to do it this way.
Okay, fantastic. So now my check is a 15?
15 without luck.
I'm not going to use luck on it this time. So if it's a 15, I figure got a good chance. That's a 4.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
In like
Okay.
knife into butter.
Yeah.
So your success margin, if it was a 4 and your goal was a 15, that means that your success margin is good.
Well, I should hope so.
Yeah. So they grade it. So just barely, decent,
Man.
fairly good, very good,
European grading
excellent.
measures.
Yeah. This is kind of an old
figured it'd be a-
This is
yeah.
kind of an old school RPG system where
Yeah.
there are a lot of
Yep,
tables. This is not
Okay.
one you can memorize.
That's fine. What is there something better than good?
Yeah, there's very good, excellent, perfect, and extraordinary.
I guess
So
there's a critical success.
so like 3, 2, 1.
So while
my
while
goodness.
American tabletop RPGs teach us math, obviously these games teach us, writing and
I guess so.
literature.
Wow, nice. Well, I'm pleased with that.
Okay, so I'm actually going to say that there is a success modifier. I'm going to actually say that I'm going to apply that to your next test.
Sweet.
Ooh.
I'm going to be very giving because I like to have fun with some rules.
Let's have some fun.
So
I like to succeed
your
at
base
rolls.
is 10. With your success modifier, it'd be a 3. So right now you're looking at 13 for your next
13
test.
or better.
Are you going to spend luck?
What happened? I mean, can you tell me, like, if or is it a degree of failure? So if I don't make it and I don't use luck,
You're going to scratch the paint job.
yeah, am I going
Or
to?
potentially worse.
It's largely up to me.
Okay,
There are complications that I can throw on there.
okay. I'm gonna give it a shot without luck this time.
Just please don't roll a 20.
He said there were no crit fails,
Yeah, I'm not going to crit fail anybody
Yeah.
this time around.
but I mean he will complicate the snot out of us. Okay, that is a 10.
Nice. Ooh.
Nice. So that is a decent success.
Oh, I can accept that.
So that means I'm only going to give you a +1
On
to
my
your
next
next
one? Well, I'm
test.
going to use a luck on the final one.
All right, so that is going to be a 16. And essentially at this point, you are ascending through tunnels.
A 16. Oh yeah.
With your luck, that's a 16. So it'd be an 11 plus 5, 16.
Yep.
I like ascending. Going up is good.
Yeah. Okay. What is that?
That's a good question.
That's
What
a
is
12. Sorry, it was like that, and it was a 12.
It is a
Okay.
12.
Yeah. So I'm glad I used luck.
that? You come to the edge of the opening, and you have to be within 100 to 200 meters of your goal. The ocean just opens up before you. And so now it's a matter of finding this base. Your sonars begin going off, checking the location.
Okay.
There are several things that you are picking up. The first three of which is you see the derelict hulls of 3 large military transports of the Coral Republic.
Okay. So there's a base ahead, and then, or it should be.
There should be something else in this area.
But right now, all we're seeing is the ship.
Immediately,
ships.
3 ships.
Okay. Can you give me any more detail, Brian?
Brine.
That's your name, right?
Brine.
Brine.
It sounded like Brian, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
sorry.
I said Brian, but
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I heard Brian.
That's okay. Yeah, Brian.
Brine. Yeah, I can do observation or no oceans to see if I know anything about this area.
Or I didn't know if your vision could make out anything better than what I have on my eyeballs.
My vision is.
As we kind of.
You're gonna have to clarify for me. It's U/D plus 3.
Okay, so there is an underwater
Okay.
modifier,
So that would be the +3.
and then there is a dry modifier.
Okay.
So your eyes, when dry, are worse,
Okay.
which is why more than likely, when Grimm shot you the bird, he was making the joke, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, dry would be considered, even in the bridge would be considered dry. So I wouldn't get that percentage bonus or the
Okay.
bonus.
Okay. I see.
Yep. Now, you do have what's called hydrating armor, which is very similar to what Abe Sapien wore.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I could have that. I would definitely probably have that on to keep me
Okay.
Yeah.
my fishiness.
But it's
fresh.
one of those things, like if you're swimming around like open skin
Don't
in
want-
the ocean and you come into find an air pocket somewhere, that's when that would apply.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So sonar is picking up the 3 ships. I also have a question, and I'm sorry, I cannot quite make out your handwriting on one of my talents.
Okay.
Is it sound beam or sound?
Let me look really
It's
quick.
the last one. Something analysis. I'm sure it's sound.
Yeah. That is sound scan analysis.
Sound scan. Okay, sorry. I just
Yeah.
wanted to...
Underwater sounds and figuring out what they are.
Sure. Actually,
Part
I
of
think I
sonar.
would like to have... Do we hear anything?
Well, sonar takes a few moments to kick off again,
Okay.
and the ship pinpoints movement. That there is something out there, away from your ship, but something is out there moving.
If you are out of your quarters, Garrett, you're going to want to go back. Because we're dousing the lights.
Cutting the lights, Captain.
Going back to my bunk.
And you're like in the very middle where there's no windows and it's just you and your light. And your books.
Can we tell from the sonar how large it is yet?
Larger than your ship.
Well, that's not
That's not hard.
that's not hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
And let's not forget this is whale migration.
whale migration
path.
season. It's a common thoroughfare.
I am going to.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine what
Is it close enough for me to use observation to see if we can see anything through?
Observation is actually a part of your survival school set kind of skills. It allows you to observe your environment in order to live, amongst other things. I mean, it's
Right.
that
makes
it
sense.
plays off more of that.
So, do we have anything that we could try to use to get more information, or do we have to get closer?
I would let it be a stat roll. I believe there's actually a stat roll for perception.
Yeah.
It's going to be your
PER?
fifth stat. Yes.
Yep, I got a 14 on perception.
I do too. So,
So you're aiming to roll below that.
right. So, can I assist?
Yeah, as
Yeah,
I say, since we're
absolutely.
both staring out the window, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? You went first last time.
I'll assist you
Okay.
since you have. We'll just try it that way. So, I got a 7. So 7 under 14.
Is a success, 6.
So does that give him? Well, it's 7.
7.
So does that make his range now 21? Is it a 1-for-1?
It is not,
Okay,
sadly.
that's what I wanted to make sure.
So it's actually going to be considered a success margin of good again. So it's going to be
Okay.
3. So she's changed your
So I got to roll below 17.
Yes.
Now, does my visual perception apply to this? Can I get the +3 for this?
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
go ahead and
so-
say yes.
So 17, 18, 19,
20.
20. So I got to roll under 20. 8.
Nice.
There we go. You are very, the lights are out, which also kicks in a little bit of your dark vision. You're looking around the ocean and something is moving. Whatever it is, it's as big as the military subs out there
Oh my
that are
gosh.
derelict. Your ship has gone quiet, and it takes you a moment to recognize that it is a kraken squid.
Oh, jeez. Captain? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a kraken squid.
Oh. So, out of character.
Yeah.
Would I know anything about kraken squids, how perceptive they
Let's go over
are,
no ocean.
or if they even pay attention to like, are we small enough that they wouldn't pay attention to us? Or are we so small, or are we small enough that we're food?
Let's go for no ocean.
I got a 5 under 12.
5 under 12. It is predatory.
Sure.
It would attack your ship if it felt that it could succeed. Not be, it would attack, try to crack you open like it would a large crustacean or something of that nature.
Sure.
It's not, it is a survival mechanic of itself as a creature. But you also, based on your success margin, you also know that whales also favor it as a source of food. And so it might just come down to a game of waiting for this.
The whales to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also got limited oxygen, too.
How long we had the...
It was 4 days to get here.
Right, and we kind of had an idea of when they would pass through.
Well, I'm hoping that our easier... Since I knew an easier way, maybe we have we have a little bit more wiggle room,
Yeah.
I would assume. Yeah, I'm voting for let's wait.
I mean, we could be within, maybe 12 hours of a migration.
The other thing we can do is if they don't come soon enough, we could configure the sonar to make whale noises and see if we can scare it off.
Also a possibility.
Work on that.
Okay.
Hey, Captain, what's going on up there? I prefer not to be left in the dark.
Well, I know that. So, I'm glad you're in your bunk. And but yes, there is a Kraken squid out there.
How big? Is it big enough to have taken down the Armada?
You know
No.
the ships that we're supposed to be finding?
How big are these ships that? Because you said submarines.
Imagine like current nuclear sub size.
It's a little bit bigger.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big. It
So
could have been.
big enough to take down the entire army.
Maybe, but how long has it been since? Oh, okay. You said no.
I don't think this is the squid's home, since this is the whale's migratory path,
Yeah, it wouldn't
and
stick
they
around here.
eat the squid. I think I don't think it brought down the ships. I think it's transient. I think it's just
Here right now.
here right now.
And so we have a plan. We're going to. Brian is working on the sonar to broadcast the noises, the sounds of the whales that usually migrate through here. While we do that, we are also kind of just laying low and quiet to wait for this. As far as we can tell, the squid has no concept that we're here. So we're kind of hoping that the whales appear on their own and
Now this brings
Scare
up
it off.
an interesting point of having the right skill for the right moment. And that is, does anyone here have electronics,
I have a 5.
mechanics?
Nope.
I have 2 versions of mechanics.
Okay.
I have ships and exo
ships? What,
armor.
What's yours?
It's only a 7.
And to
7.
think, John, you told me not to go the technician.
Never trust him. Dang, John.
I'm gonna be like
Killer.
Captain. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I have the idea. We just need someone to make it work.
Okay. Well, sounds like a job for me.
I'm gonna open up the little board I was looking at. I was like, does this help?
So I'm going to use a luck
All right.
again. And that would increase my margin to a 12. Mm-hmm. So let's see here. That is a 10.
There we go.
12.
You're
Awesome.
pretty sure you
Okay.
could mimic the sound and drive it off at this point.
Nice. Okay.
So,
Yep. Do it. Engage.
All right.
Let it be.
You make
so
the
say
command.
we all. I know. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Push the button, Captain.
What is the? Gosh, I can't think. What is the other thing? Make it so.
Make it so.
make it so.
It's like, let it be. I was like stuck on the Beatles for a second.
You flip the switch, and the sound of whale song reverberates along the hull.
You sound like Dory from Finding Dory.
Oh, that's the right noise then.
Yeah. Garrett, it's fine. It's fine. It's,
I'm coming up there. I'm not sitting back here by my own anymore.
Yeah. The squid books it.
awesome.
And you now have the opportunity to explore the area. So, free will without having to run.
I do want to make another couple sonar passes as we ease forward, lights still off. I just want to make sure that there's no other movement that is concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume there's got to be some sort of wildlife down here, but nothing the size of a submarine.
No, nothing at all that size at this point.
Okay.
Inching out forwards, turning back on your lights. Are you going to circle past all the ships?
Yes, I was going to suggest I'd like to circle past the ships, see if we can see if there's any damage.
What's your safe swimming depth? Oh, wait.
11,000.
We're only a couple hundred, so
Yeah, it's
good.
11,000 meters, yeah. I'd like to take a visual first before I go into the squid-infested water, though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay. There is the squid is off sonar after a bit. It is
Okay.
gone.
And are we picking up any other smaller creatures like sharks or anything like that?
Smaller creatures, nothing really. The sharks are probably going to book it as well.
Excellent.
But there will be small wildlife, nothing as huge. Driving up, or coming up on these ships, these military ships that you see out there, they are intact. In fact, looking at them, you see no signs of hull breaches. You see pretty much it looks like they are resting on the shelf floor at this point.
No lights, no electronic signals that we can discern.
Nothing.
No signs of life.
No. They are just sitting there.
Could I try a mastery of the Polaris effect as like a knowledge roll?
Yeah, I would allow that.
To see if I can think of any
absolutely.
like Polaris effects that could have caused just like all the
that'd be
people to
awesome.
die but not damage the ships.
Yeah. Although, honestly, let's go ahead and do it as a roll. Yeah.
All right. I got a 14 for mastery. Oh, that's way over by you.
3.
Nice. It's right
I'll take
behind.
that.
3. There you go. Hope you don't mind me touching your dice.
Oh, you're good. You got a 17.
There you go. I knocked the bad out of there for you. There are Polaris effects that, at a certain level, could wipe out that many people. I mean,
And
we're
not damage
talking
the ships.
We're talking disaster level, though. We're talking like maybe somebody filled the entire ship with a goo. Maybe maybe somebody opened a riff on the interior of the ship to the ocean outside and flooded
Just flooded
it.
them all or something.
I mean, it would be this would be epic level disaster. But the thing that's catching you on that is that it's happened to everybody
ship.
on the ship.
Yeah.
It would be from what y'all know. All the ships went down at the same time. All the signals from people, whatever, all went out at the same time. So unless this was like done purposefully, something else is going on.
So,
Go ahead.
So, Captain, I know I'm not super useful or anything, but I can tell you
That's not
There's-
true.
well-
I've never said that out loud.
out loud. Yeah. But I can tell you, unless something crazy is going on with the Polaris and the flux and everything, this wasn't my stuff going on here. Something else caused this.
Well, that's very useful to know, because if there was somebody using the Polaris effect to take down entire fleets, we'd be booking it real fast.
Oh, yeah. Like some sort of Polaris effect bomb or something, or a flux bomb. No, they have to be huge to do this. And
And all at once.
yeah, no.
That's what
no.
Grimm said. I'm confident that we're relatively safe enough that we can attempt to send a communication back to, I guess, Grimm or someone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got to be careful. We are in a quarantine zone. If that gets intercepted.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think
That's
we should
true.
stay radio silent.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know if comms are actually down, or if it's something in the area that's making communications not leave this area.
Could we maybe? I know you're not so scared of the dark, Brian, but
No.
maybe you could go aboard one of the ships and see if maybe you could send out an SOS beacon or something from it. See if their communication's still working that we could pick up on.
Well, I was going to suggest, I don't want to go in the ship yet because, no. But this
things?
would be like our ship. It would have windows, places to look into it, or would it be solid?
More military.
More
This one
military.
is much more military. I mean,
Military.
these are giant troop movers, and literally,
So there's
appearance-wise, look exactly like a
Nuclear sub.
Nuclear sub.
A nuclear vessel.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have an easy access in either, would we?
I'll assume they'd probably have like a hatch or something
Yeah.
that you could undo.
Which is very common now since.
So I guess
Yeah,
I'm thinking too
entirely.
high-tech military
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh yeah, no, this is an entirely underwater universe, and so
Okay.
the ability to move from ship to ship is common.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
More than likely, they have something like a sealed-off moon pool, because a lot of these military ships are designed to carry exo armor, which are these suits of bionic armor that they just drop right out into the water, and the guys can swim around and fight, and it looks like Exo Manowar if you've ever seen that comic. Yeah. In fact, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the Atlanteans from Aquaman.
Yeah.
So is there like a docking bay that we could just plug the Manta right up
Oh yeah,
against?
absolutely.
Oh, nice.
And would it have like a sensor reading of what the environment on the other ship is like that we could look up?
It should.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Let's dock up to it,
Okay.
and then if it's flooded, obviously I'll go in because I can move around a lot easier than you guys
Sure.
can.
Yeah, I have an exosuit, but
Well,
Yeah.
I think we need you on the ship to book it if things go sideways.
there's that. So
But don't wait for me.
I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you, Brine. Don't worry.
Sacrifice the ship if you have to, but wait for me.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
No. Yeah.
Wait, no? Okay.
So, yeah, I don't say another word, and I just start to pilot towards the nearest.
Okay.
So you said that we didn't see any signs of like external damage or anything. It
Yeah,
just
no
looks like
external
it
damage.
just decided to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
if it's sitting on the floor, are we going to have access to the moon pool? Because those are usually
It would
on the bottom.
It would have
rolled a little
onto
bit.
its side a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be a way.
And honestly, there's going to be access ports all over it.
Okay.
So,
I'm just going to be sitting on the sonar, watching the green lights of the
please.
sonar.
No, that's very useful. If we need that.
sonar. Do you have any ability to read or understand it? Do you have any skills that are going to give you any benefit?
He knows that when there's a dot
Coming towards us.
and an increasing rate of beep.
I have general knowledge, which in a underwater world seems like it could be
Yeah.
Let's go for that.
an
agree
idea of
with
how
that.
the sensors would work would be general.
Yeah.
Dot moving towards you bad.
I will give you either
Yes, exactly.
a choice of that or intelligence base attribute.
Oh, I'll happily take intelligence instead.
Well, then let's see what you can
It's
do.
4
with that.
points higher. You want me to roll it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a 14, no luck. I'll do it in the box this time. It's a 15 and very slightly cocked.
Slightly cocked. You can re-roll
Nah,
it.
it was.
Are you sure?
It's a
All right.
15.
Sonar's kicking off. It's picking up coral and shapes, but nothing large moving.
It's a pleasant green glow.
yeah.
It's calming.
All right. Docking up to the ship after a few moments, your collars meet, and communication, like what should be electrical communication between the two ships to pressurize and everything else, come back silent.
Okay.
Your ship is equipped to be able to go ahead and secure the seal, but there is nothing on the other side at
Sure.
this point.
Sure. Well,
I guess I'm going in.
That was expected, based on the looks of things. But yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm at the thing. So, I mean, I'll go into the airlock, close the airlock.
And you have
I've got
weapons.
weapons. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I got a knife, too.
Nice.
Stabby, stabby.
You have a harpoon gun?
Are
like this, Steve?
EMPs a thing of this world?
Wish.
Actually, yes. Not a common weapon, but yes, they do exist.
But
Okay.
you know what? That's good because old tech. We're looking for old tech. So
I wonder if that's what your knife looks like. It's
Probably.
like a shark tooth kind
I
of
can
thing.
only hope. That'd be kind of... So I'm going to cycle through and open the door on the other side and hope I don't die.
You go out into the airlock, closing the door behind you, begin to mess with the door a bit, and there is no response. You literally have... I mean, it's not a hard thing. It's not uncommon, so you just pop open the panel on your ship, plug in on this ship, and it powers up the door. Takes a few moments, and the door opens.
Is there a rush of water?
No, there's honestly takes you a moment, and more than anything, the air smells stale.
Hey, Captain, I've got good news. The ship's not flooded.
Okay.
The air's a little stale, but it's breathable.
How long ago had these gone down?
It's not known for sure, but it's been a few years.
Okay. Well, again, it's kind of what I expected.
Any sense of decay or anything? Rot.
Perception, then?
Yeah.
For that?
And I'm going to say fairly easy, so +3 to your skill.
Okay, because my vision was going to help
Yeah.
in that case. Failed. 19.
Man,
It's
why aren't we playing D&D tonight?
I know.
just musty, but it's not... you don't smell decay necessarily.
How much luck do y'all have?
I didn't think I needed luck on that roll.
I know, I'm just
I got
asking.
12 right now.
Okay. I had 13 to start with.
I think the base is everyone has 13 to start with.
you'd think that that's not lucky, but whatever.
Garrett, I don't smell anything. I just smell must. There's no sense of decay right now. It might be safe for us to all go in here since it's not flooded.
I'm not staying by myself.
Okay, well, go get a suit on, because I think it'll be smarter if we all go, because if there's something that needs powered on, I'm the one who has the
mechanical
if there's any
knowledge.
way to kick on some sort of power generator.
Well, since I am a scout, I will. While you guys are getting your suit on, I'll start scouting down the corridor and see if we have radios that we're contacting each other with. Okay,
radios
Some sort of
are
comms.
common. Electrical radios are becoming more common as a part of the cybernetics that people may have.
Okay.
In fact, I believe that Roxy, your character Lex, actually has a cybernetic computer that is a part of your character. It should be on page 2.
Doth I?
Yes, you do. And you actually have built-in comms that you can actually talk through as a
Nice.
part of your character.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I have a cerebral computer cortex.
So
Is that
So-
what I'm looking for?
And I have
Yep.
like a little personal assistant computer with
Yeah,
my character.
I
which-
just have a comm.
You have a Palm
I'm not
Pilot?
special.
I assume it's like a smartphone.
Yeah.
So while they're getting dressed and getting into the ship, I'm going to start stealthing my way down the corridor.
I have
Stealth-
apnea. That's one of the secondary attributes.
it's something that could happen in the game is attrition through apnea.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, this old school RPGs were all about tables and odd things that could happen.
Cool. Okay.
So,
cool.
Captain, I hate to say this, but you should probably stay on the ship and watch the sonar, just in case the Kraken comes back or something. And I'll go find the brine shrimp.
Is there is there a way for me to somehow patch the ship sonar into my cybernetic cortex
Yeah, absolutely.
so that I can monitor it even remotely? Mm-hmm. And I also have remote piloting, so I mean I could make the ship skidoo if we
Well, I mean,
needed to.
I think the thing we need to realize is when we were dark, the Kraken didn't even notice us.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're mounted on the side of a ship. I'm fairly certain it's not smart enough to be like, oh, that's new.
Just got to make sure we turn the lights and stuff off again.
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll turn them off.
Which I don't believe I just said that.
That's all right. We're gonna be fine.
Good news, Garrett. There's some lights in here. They're emergency lights, but
I
we've
was
got some
there-
lights.
Are you lying?
Are there emergency lights?
No.
He's
Oh,
on-
that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
They
it's
just
good.
yeah. We're gonna get in there. He's going, they just went out. You're not.
I don't know what happened. They were on before
They
you guys
were
got
on.
here.
Okay.
Always a good idea to carry a flashlight or a torch, depending on where.
I'm sure we have. Yeah, I'm sure we have. The little glow sticks that divers use and stuff. So and
I got
Yeah.
a flashlight.
yeah. So
It's my underwater flashlight.
Scouting around, a lot of the doors have been left open. Like the emergency hatches that lead from section of the ship to next are wide open.
Do I see any evidence of? Probably will be a perception roll, but like, did people just drop what they were doing? I mean, can I tell
They're
from
like coffee cups?
Yeah,
and
like
stuff
just like a
that,
pile of
just-
clothes or
Dead people.
dead people bodies.
Yeah, are their bodies and stuff? I mean, I think you'd smell that, but
You would think.
You kind of failed the roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
Darn frog person knows.
I know. It's just it's not very cute.
all eyes. Don't let anyone tell you that your nose isn't cute, Brian. We've talked about this.
So, as you're traveling along, you are already on the ship when you come across your first body. It is mummified. The lack of airflow and just
Dryness
an
of the
enclosed
air.
environment, it looks like they fell over dead.
Okay.
So I'm going to radio back. Garrett, Captain, find my first body. I kind of know why I don't smell anything. They look like they've been mummified.
Okay. Well, that makes sense also.
And it just
So-
looks like they just dropped dead. No violence, no signs of struggle. They just fell over.
Yeah, you're looking at the body, and as far as their clothes are concerned, you don't see any wounds. Immediately on the flesh, you don't see anything that looks like knife holes or anything like that. Obviously, some of their softer skin areas have shredded, but
We're going to find this to be a lot more difficult if we don't get some sort of power through here, and our little manta cannot power this. I wouldn't think that we'd be
No.
able to plug in and
no, it would take Essentially,
charging
it would
kind
take
of-
probably about 3 of the generators that in this universe
Okay.
to power
So
this thing back
I'm
up.
gonna head to where I'm gonna, with my mechanic ships. I know it's not great knowledge, but
You want to head to the engine room?
I'm gonna head to the engine room and see if, or some, whatever the engines are made of in this.
It is
in
a
this scenario.
fusion reactor.
Okay.
So in this universe,
Ooh.
fusion exists.
Oh, God, don't fail that roll. We'll go boom.
Yeah.
Well, assuming that there's something to still fuse.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
If it's
Yeah.
been dead for years.
I mean, I'm gonna assume that we have scanned or something. I never said it, but we're sure that there's not radiation.
Yeah.
I haven't,
Okay.
I haven't started mutating any more than I have.
How could
Yeah.
you tell? I feel like, Brian, you and I have been friends for a long time, and I can say things like,
No, there's that sense of humor, and that's the exact response I'd have.
Now, while this is all going on, go ahead and give me an intelligence check because you are monitoring the sonar.
okay, I am, I've got a 13 on that, and I rolled an 11.
Okay.
awesome.
The sonar, the way it works with the sound waves going
Sure.
out, bouncing back, picking up a lot more than what our modern sonars do. But one of the things that it begins to pick up are flat objects, as opposed to round biological or natural. When something is just flat and largely flat, it tells you that it's something man-made or constructed
Sure.
or something of that nature. And there is what looks to be an opening to a cave down here, and it's like things moved around, like perhaps some kelp or something moved around just enough to where you have registered its location. So
Okay.
there is a man-made structure down here that is not the ships as well.
Okay. Can I tell if it's like it's just moving around? It's not necessarily.
Well, like kelp moved and opened up, and it was like
Oh, okay, I see. So,
Also-
previously
stationary.
something that was it's stationary, but
Okay.
but all the
something else.
biologicals
Okay.
and natural environment had
had hidden
interfered.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Good
And
to
of
know.
course, the person who was looking at sonar before didn't really know what they were looking
Okay,
for.
that's fine.
I just like the glow.
Yeah. Whatever keeps you chill. We're good. Okay. Cool. I'm not gonna probably say anything about that. I'm just gonna.
So
File that away.
We'll go ahead and say that all of you have access to the ship at this point, this
Sure.
larger military vessel. What is something that your character would be doing here? We'll start with you.
I'm going to start looking for some valuables, something that we can take back. I'm going to head to the armory.
Excellent. We will get to that in just a moment. What are you looking for?
I think Garrett would mostly be trying to not be by himself, but
Okay.
he'd do it if he had to. And he's mostly going to be keeping an eye on the ship, the state of the bodies, and just trying to pick up if there's been any chances of like Polaris effect or any ideas on what could have happened here. Mostly, so just kind of general eyes open.
Okay.
Nothing specific.
Yeah.
All
Like I
right.
said, I want to go to the engine room and see if I can get any kind of power going at all, so we can maybe check logs or anything like that.
Okay.
Take the big shiny ship.
Your character
Not that
is,
ambitious.
knowing
Sure.
a little bit about Brill as a character, your character is a sea creature to some extent. You're much more comfortable out in the ocean and finding your way around out there.
I thought he said seat, like you like to sit.
You're
a
a
lot.
sit-
You're a
like
sitting creature.
You're not one for doing anything. No. Your character is now in a man-made flat environment, moving between bulkheads, and you're trying to find a specific location. So I really want you to roll that no city, because it's actually more than just no city. It's knowing civilization and things of that
Right,
nature.
right.
Trying to find your way around in it.
I'm going to use a point of luck.
Okay. Now there is always a chance that somebody could come along, and I know that that Garrett was also not wanting to be alone. So, are you going to go with him and assist?
Well, if the captain specifically said that they wanted to go to the engineering room, then yeah, there's probably a higher chance of there being more bodies or more people closer to the armory if they were under attack. So yeah, I'd say
Okay.
I'd be going with the fishman.
Okay.
All right. So, you are going to assist on No City?
Could I do knowledge of the Coral Republic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that.
This is one of their
super
ships.
Useful.
Okay. I've got a 9 in that.
Okay.
Do you want to using luck?
Sure, why not? That'll bump it up to a 14. And I'm not rolling in your box. Your box hates me.
That's fine.
Is that a 16?
Yeah.
That is a 16.
a
Thankfully, that's a just barely on your failure. You just barely failed, so it's not going to augment your roll.
Okay, so I'd still have to roll under 11.
Yeah.
19.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, this dice is bad.
I'm just working in the engine room, going, man, I have such a good crew.
They're walking out of the engine room as you walk into it.
Oh, they are. They
Yeah.
were in the engine room.
Yeah.
They didn't even find.
We just walked in a circle. Hey, there's the captain.
Hi, Captain.
You guys. Is there a
You don't know how they did
no,
it.
yeah, but is there on the wall, is there like an evacuation map like you find in like hotels and stuff, and or like in
You are here.
yeah, like an
You know.
emergency evacuation plan? I'm like, guys,
Sure.
you're here, you went this way and somehow you ended up and so you need to
I told you we shouldn't have gone down that ladder.
Up, down. I don't know the difference.
okay, so
There's no bubbles for me to tell which way is up.
look, this, it says right here, E25 is the armory. It's next to the Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, see, I thought it was next to the Orange Julius.
Yeah, no, common mistake.
Wow. And suddenly, suddenly it became a mini mall.
No,
Thinking like modern aircraft carrier. It's got, restaurants and.
yeah,
Now,
Do you think the Cinnabons are still good?
Oh, I can only hope they are.
you're allergic to Cinnabons.
I like the smell.
Well,
Yeah.
but his
Okay.
nose doesn't work. That's why it's funny.
So, moving on.
Yes.
Attempting to find the armory.
You will eventually find the armory, and we will get back to you. What are you looking for in engineering?
Like I said, I'd like to find some sort of power source, even if I can't kick on a fusion generator or whatever it is. A fusion. Is there an emergency power
It looks like
something that I can,
there is very
kick,
limited emergency
cord.
power that you're looking at
like,
it
are there batteries that I
Yeah.
can assess and see if any of them are viable?
just enough power to maybe power up computers, and that's it.
For how long?
a couple hours.
Okay, well, we didn't want to stay inside for super long. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Can that be a mechanic ship's roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm definitely going to use a luck on that because I only have a 7. So let's see if we can't make a 12 happen again.
So we don't blow up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a battery. I'm not like trying to do any sort of like heavy duty stuff. I didn't hit it. That's a 16.
16? All right. You only get power on right there at that one console, and it's really
Okay.
not enough to know anything about the ship.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to take that loss and go ahead. I'll kind of look around and see if there's anything. I mean, I'm not entirely sure about like tech levels.
Yeah. Something took.
So-
something took the ship out.
Does the engine look damaged, or does it just look like depleted, or?
It looks like. Go ahead and give me another mechanics roll.
Okay. Nah.
Okay. You're not exactly certain what happened.
Okay.
At this
I mean,
point.
that's not really what we're here for, but I'm curious.
But making it to the armory finally.
No power, guys.
Yeah, we can tell. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah, I noticed.
The one thing that you're moving around the ship, this is a troop transport ship, and there aren't a lot of people on board. As far as bodies go, this is what you would consider to be an auxiliary crew to maintain the ship while people went somewhere. Like if they all disembarked and did something.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, because you're getting to see a lot of the ship.
Right. As we.
So then as we like As we enter the armory, are there a whole bunch of the exosuits missing from the racks and stuff?
You find 3 exosuits, military-grade exosuits, that their power is entirely depleted, so they're great salvage.
Heavy.
They're heavy, but this would be this right here would be salvage that normally would be, heck yeah, this is what we came for. We could sell these, and this would not be a loss.
Okay.
So there's at least that.
Okay.
But for by and large, everything else, the weaponry here is gone.
Gone. I'm gonna radio to the captain. Captain Lex. So we got 3 exosuits.
Sure.
No power to them. All the weapons are gone.
That's interesting.
There's also a distinct lack of bodies aboard the ship.
Yeah, we've only seen the one, right?
They've seen a couple
They've seen a
wandering
couple.
about the ship. In the main, the main helm.
I was gonna say, can I go to the bridge?
Yeah, going to the
While
bridge
they're-
and seeing the helm. It's a skeleton crew. It would be the bare minimum to operate this location.
So Mike, I just want to ask, Captain, do we want to go through the effort to get these exosuits onto the Manta? Because honestly, if we have to bug out, this would make it worthwhile.
No, yeah. I would, if we can grab it. I mean,
Garrett, as you've been moving around as well, you've also been trying to feel the sense of the Polaris in the area, the effect has it affected this? Is there something going on with this? And you're reaching out your senses, for lack of a better way of describing it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do a base roll. You're not activating a power, but you're using it.
Okay. The mastery roll again?
Yes.
Cool. It's a 15. I need a 14.
14?
Failed by 1.
No problem.
that dice is a little better. A little bit. That's all right.
In your immediate vicinity,
I got you. I do this all the time.
you don't really feel anything, but there is a certain oppressiveness to the Polaris in this area. It could be a matter of the death, or it could be anything. But there is definitely something to this location.
Yeah, I'm just going to write that off as one of my hallucinations.
Okay.
All right.
Nope, it's just the atmosphere.
Was there
Nothing wrong with
anything?
this area at all?
Yeah. Anything anyone else is going to do?
I am going to be kind of racking my brain. Do I know if when the Coral Republic sent these ships, were they manned by a skeleton crew? Or is it obvious that something happened, they took their gear, and they went off and probably in search of something or to combat something, and these are the people left behind to maintain the ship?
The lack of weaponry, the number of people missing, the fact of the purpose of these ships.
Sure.
I mean, this would be the equivalent of an invasion force, like a small invasion force. We're talking 200 people, and you've only and there might be 10 people on this ship, unless they're
So this isn't making a whole lot of sense anyway.
yeah.
No,
Right,
we're really
because-
confused.
Yeah, because
Creeped out.
this isn't a salvage operation. This was not for them a salvage operation to
No.
find old tech.
No.
This was
An invasion.
invasion to get old tech is
Yeah.
what it looks like, right? Okay. Just want to make sure that I'm reading the
This
situation.
is
'Cause
the
Roxy is
yeah.
slow on the uptake. And
This
she
is the
can't roll for
government
it.
sending a hammer for a nail.
Okay.
So my suggestion is let's load up the exosuits.
Yeah, they sent in a hammer.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah,
A sledgehammer.
sledgehammer for the nail. This
Okay.
is like a show of force almost.
Okay.
Let's load up the exosuits, and then do we want to look into the other 2 ships? I think we're going to find the same thing.
Yeah, but there could be more exosuits.
There could be more weapons.
Yeah. I kind of feel like we should take the time to do that. I'm not going to try to power up anything else.
Did Grimm give us like a skid loader or anything like that we could just put the stuff on?
Not so much, but you do have a character in your party that does have an exosuit of their own, which
It's me, so
Yeah.
I can lift.
yeah, oh yeah.
Run back to the ship and get it.
No, I'm on it. I'm in it.
Oh, that's right. You're already in
I'm
it.
in my exosuit. Yeah, right.
You would probably have to go back and get it because
Oh.
I mean it's a bulky.
I thought I needed it to be breathing.
no.
No.
No, it's because there was no water on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would be able to use it as this auxiliary purpose. I mean, it's mainly meant for aquatic use.
Sure.
but it is strong and powerful, and so you would be able to move these suits back.
Okay, cool. That's what I will do.
If you go between all the ships, I will say that grand total between all of them, you will find 10 suits.
Nice.
What about spare oxygen tanks?
That'd be nice too.
You will find those as well, unused. Any of them that are manual oxygen tanks, which would be personal use only.
Yep.
Those you do find, and they are usable. Any of the ones that have any form of digital control to them or anything else are knocked out.
How many are we talking?
I'm going to go ahead and say that you find 5.
So we basically found like 5 scuba tanks.
Yeah.
Hey, but if we
I'm good. I don't need it.
we need a little bit more time. I know you don't need it,
I'm
but
good.
that'll be good for us. It'll add some hours to our air should we need it.
Like an hour.
Well,
Hey,
There's scuba tanks. There's not going to be that much.
it might be a big scuba tank. Might have an hour
I'm
each.
just thinking of you air breathers.
I know. I know what you think of us air breathers. So that was the 3 big ships, right?
Yes.
And we found the same skeleton crews, the same mummified bodies, the same oppressive Polaris.
But we still haven't
environment.
found
Are you
any.
going to be checking any more on
yeah,
that?
I'll keep checking.
All right, go ahead.
I'll write off that one on that ship as one of the hallucinations, but if it keeps persistent, there we go. An 8.
Okay.
Success margin of 6.
Yeah. Within the ships, as you begin to stretch out and feel around you and kind of, think of it as dipping your toes into the stream of Polaris. It's not the ships. You're like, there's something. There is something, but it's not the ships.
Okay.
Whatever it is, and depending on how you explain it to your captain, it is something beyond the tunnel that they've picked up.
Okay.
So it is within the structure. There is something.
So it's something that the ships picked up as they were traveling. It like attached to them, like a parasite type of idea.
Well, think of there are these 3 ships that are dead on the shelf near this structure.
Sure.
There is a tunnel that you have picked up.
Right, that's the thing where I saw the flat object.
Yes, it
So
is.
It's there.
It is like an opening to a tunnel, and whatever
It's
it is,
beyond the ship.
It is
I'm just
beyond
picking
that
somewhere
tunnel.
outside. Okay.
There's something
Okay,
beyond.
and I
out
didn't
there.
say anything about that to anybody.
Yep.
So if you mention that to me, that you feel like there's something out beyond.
Yep. So, Captain, I still don't know if the Polaris effect caused this, but there is something going on with it in the area. It's somewhere, and I'm just going to kind of like
Yeah, if you give me kind of
point
a heading
and where I'm
direction.
getting the feeling.
Yeah.
Interesting. There is something out there that I've seen that I can see on sonar. It's not moving. It's just an object that's out there. So let's wrap up here. And
So then we know that it's not one of Garrett's feelings.
I have told you to not do that.
I just, I'm just on edge, Captain. No apologies, Garrett, but
No, you're good. I admit, there's a reason that I'm not on watch when we're going through the dark areas. I'm sorry for calling in that giant shark warning.
It's okay.
I thought there was one.
We made it. We're fine.
you mean sorry.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go. Let's wrap up here. Brian, I'll talk to you about that later. But yes, I feel like there is physical data to corroborate what you might be sensing. So
Good to hear.
let's finish this up and let's go see. There is a man-made object that's out there. There is a tunnel on sonar that I can see.
Can we
And
fit the
then there's-
manta through that tunnel?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask too. Please don't tell me I got to put on one of those suits and go in the dark.
Moving to the tunnel.
Can I tell? Can I assess the
Yeah.
size of the tunnel's entrance? And can the ship that we're in, the Manta, fit inside, or is this a man-sized tunnel?
Yeah. It is larger than man size.
But not large enough for the Manta?
It is just shy what you would need for the manta.
Okay.
But as you approach, you're going to need to make a couple sonar checks.
Okay.
And you are going to need to make some knowledge with that ocean.
Okay.
Do you want me to assist you on that again?
Yours is what?
Mine is a 12.
Mine's a 13. I'm going to try and do it without luck.
Okay, do you want me to try to assist, though?
No.
Okay.
Let's just see how this is going to go. 2.
Nice. Tell me that's better than good.
That is way better than that.
That's
Well,
almost...
I got 4 on a 12, and it was still just good. So.
Well, yeah. You are certain that as you're approaching this tunnel, that there is the kelp leading into the entrance, that if you doused the lights, there is something to it that it is bioluminescent. And so there is a very strong chance that you're like, this is kind of odd at this depth. It's much higher up than it should be.
Right.
But that's bioluminescent kelp, and if you douse the lights, you'd actually have an illuminated tunnel.
So the good news is, Captain, that, and it's weird though, that kelp that's covering the entrance
Sure.
is bioluminescent. So if we douse the lights, we're going to have plenty of lights. It'll be just as good,
All
if not
organic.
better, than our lights that we're using right now.
Sonar. What did you get?
So what are you asking me to roll for sonar? Is that sound scan analysis?
We'll do a sound scan analysis or intelligence.
Or let's go with intelligence, or even perception. I would, but I'll do intelligence because it is much better than sound scan analysis. I'm going to try to do this without luck. I didn't make it. I'm
Okay.
4 over.
You know that there's a tunnel.
I knew there was a tunnel already.
It is not big enough for the ship,
Okay.
and you believe that it would require the use of suits to go into it. And let's go ahead and do...
What about scooters? Do I have any scooters?
You do not have a scooter.
I forgot to check.
Go ahead and let's go ahead and do
there weren't
another
any
look at
scooters
that
on the
Polaris.
Quick question. I just realized I have a meditation skill. Would
Okay.
that be more like trying to sense the ebb and flow, or...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my mastery's better, but I just figured
Yeah.
that's a 13 out of 14.
Nice.
Okay. It definitely is getting closer, but it's still not near you, whatever the source is. So you feel like you could enter safely.
It's definitely down
whatever
the tunnel,
it is.
though.
Huh?
It's definitely down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely getting closer. It's whatever's in that tunnel, it's down there.
So the flat man-made thing that
Yeah.
I could see.
Imagine that it's a...
I mean, I was going to ask, is it like a hatch that came off the tunnel? No, it's something separate.
You're
Okay.
looking at it now. You can see out the glass with
Sure.
illuminated by your lights. As the kelp blows away in the ocean current, you see this large broken opening. And beyond it, your light ever so often catches... it almost seems to have like a sheen or an iridescence to these, white, for lack of a better word, tiles.
Okay.
That are, geometric shapes, and you're like, boy, that's really odd. I wonder why they did that. But it seems to ascend, the lines on these tiles seem to ascend into a tunnel. So, man-made tunnel, definitely.
Okay.
Captain,
So it's like
since-
2 sliding doors that have been like burst
Well,
in,
it looks
burst
like
out.
it looks
or-
like it looks like almost like a structure has been blown out right here. Like there is a made or broken in entrance into a tunnel of whatever was a man-made tunnel.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this isn't like an actual door.
No,
It was
not
like-
This
at
is
all.
just like
Like there was a tunnel under the ground, and then someone blew up the ground.
Yeah.
okay.
Captain, do you want me to leave the ship and explore the tunnel since the sonar readings are inconclusive?
Yeah, I would like you to do that, and I'm sorry, Garrett, but we are going to have to get in. You're going to have to join me in the suits.
Do we have a suit for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a suit for my character
No,
sheet.
but there you do have oxygen tanks, and you would have been able to retrieve some other things from the ships.
Okay.
And we have tethers, so you won't be left alone.
Buddy system.
Ignore Brine. He's in a snit today. I don't know what's going on.
So, quick question out of character. The light hybrid diving armor, is that
Yes.
actually something for protection, like from fights, or is that was just if I had to
Yes.
dive deeper?
No, that is armor that would, I believe it gives you a rating of 3 armor when you're swimming around.
Well, then I am going to make sure I have that on before I leave the ship.
Oh, look.
Hey, Captain, do you think you might be
wearing
able to
armor
repower some of the military-grade armors instead of using the junk that Grimm gave us?
Well, that was a question. You said that you said that it was depleted. Is that something that we could charge on the ship, or could have had charging on
Is
the
it like
ship?
just pop out a battery pack and put in a new
Yeah,
battery?
I mean,
Yeah, it actually is.
actually, we could. So
yeah.
So, like, let's say we brought the 3 from the first ship back.
Well, we've got
And-
10 total if we salvaged all of them from the ship.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is we brought the first 3 back. I plugged them into charge.
I would say I will give you 1 because of
One?
the amount of time it would take to charge.
Okay, well,
It's either that or sacrifice a battery off of something of equivalence.
No, I'll go ahead and give.
You take it, and I'll take yours. Because I'm assuming your personal one is less than military grade.
Yeah, I assume so.
She
Yeah,
bought it secondhand.
I have Exo Alpha Underwater Exo Armor, page 78. Is that in book 1 or book 2?
Should be
book 2.
book 2.
2?
Book 2 was all like the equipment,
the equipment
and
and charts and stuff.
combat and
Sweet.
stuff, yeah.
So
Book 1 is almost exclusively lore.
okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. For our viewers out there watching, whenever you are watching this, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch, the Polaris game system comes in a great little case. It's a 2-book system, and I highly recommend it. I think most people who have gotten into this really enjoy the system.
Did the screen come with the
Screen is a separate.
Okay.
So, but it of itself comes with some
So
awesome
here's
information.
my
so.
suit. It's the Exo Alpha. So that's what you'll be wearing.
Okay.
So
Captain? Is that the one you got from the pawn shop
no, I don't buy from pawn shops.
anymore?
I am
if you don't have
I'm going outside now.
Captain, don't let the prawn get to you.
Yeah. Gosh.
Prawn. I'll show you prawn. I'm going to go outside now.
So you all begin to make your way into the tunnel.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
take point since I've probably got the better better
Mobility?
mobility and my vision and senses are better in the water.
So which ones are what is the class on the ones that the military grade ones that I picked?
They're going to be much higher.
So there's
up.
Exo Alpha,
Yeah.
it's A 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a Q.
Yeah. I'll find it in there later. To be honest,
I assume we're going to take a break at some point.
yeah, we'll take a break here in a moment. But for the most part, you're powered. It's going to be one of the powered armors.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay.
yeah, they're specifically meant for underwater usage
Sure.
in combat.
Sure.
So
was my other one.
yeah,
But this one is probably like just
yeah,
Way
Yeah.
above.
Would it
leaps
be
and bounds better.
Would it be a medium armor or a heavy armor?
it's going to be a heavy.
Okay, then yeah, it's gonna beat
gonna be one
yours
of
by
these.
leaps and bounds. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have like armor maneuvering and stuff like that, so it does kind of make sense. That I
So
would
basically,
use
if
the
someone
heavier
starts
one.
shooting at us, we're hiding behind the captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Entering into this tunnel, though.
So we
first-
douse the lights.
Yeah.
We have made our ship dark, and it is
Glow
for all-
kelp.
Yeah. The kelp begins to glow.
What color?
That kind of bluish purple color that you often
Nice.
see with some of the neons and
I
other things
approve.
out there.
Nice.
And it illuminates and goes up the walls of this tunnel as you begin to enter into it. But you travel a few meters down it and you begin to come across pieces of military-grade armor.
Okay.
It looks like more than likely a great number of people died in this tunnel. Their armor is strewn about. It looks like it has been ravaged more than likely by different carrion eaters or other things that would have been down here.
Would have been down here.
Yeah. They're long gone by this
Okay.
point. They would have picked over the bones. Some of them would have eaten the
Took
bones. You'll find some that have coral on them. You'll find some that have crabs crawling in and out of them that have made homes in some of it.
So pretty common
Yeah.
dead bodies underwater stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you would say the majority of the armors that were on the ship are here, unusable.
Okay.
And a great deal of people, their remains and their equipment is
It's all
here.
here. Okay.
Not everybody would have had exosuits.
Can I tell it all what this structure is?
You are looking around and you see signs on the wall. They're in a language you are unfamiliar with. The world has advanced far enough away and into the future that English is no longer something people speak.
Okay.
And it's something people are not necessarily familiar with. What about you, though? You're looking at me like you've got
Yeah.
something.
Can you read this, Garrett?
Would this be Absolanese or Inisian?
No.
Okay.
No, this would actually be just plain old-fashioned English.
Okay, then yeah, I don't have English.
Yeah, this is old world tech that has been left behind.
I got like 5 different languages, but none of them are English.
Yeah, it's a lost
Nice.
language in this world.
Man, if only we had an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Again.
The other character I was looking at, and he's like, "No, you don't need that."
So you got to keep the mystery up. You were proceeding down this tunnel.
Sure.
These tiled tunnels. It actually is not just one structure, but 2 side by side, filled with sand, debris, coral. But after a while, as you're traveling up at an angle in this tunnel, out of the sand and rubble come a series of metal poles or pipes that travel the length of this tunnel. And you are following this. And about another few meters further in, you're looking up and you're seeing that there is air here. Not sure if it's breathable, not sure if it's what it might be specifically.
Are the pipes or the whatever those are, the rods, are they warm to the touch, or are they...
You swim over and touch them and nothing.
Okay.
They look like rails of some sort, possibly.
Like handrails?
No, like large
Cart rails or
metal rails.
Okay.
I-beam structures, think.
Okay.
So we're in a subway tunnel potentially.
Yeah,
Kind of what
something
it
like that.
sounds like, yeah.
For the listeners and for yourselves, as far as what to picture in your mind, yes, this is a subway tunnel.
Interesting. Okay.
Mind the third rail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, your characters have no experience with such things.
Nope.
So the old tech we're looking for is hot dog vendors.
Wiener Schnitzel,
Yeah. Orange Julius.
There we go.
Cinnabons.
Cinnabons.
However, one of the things that you're noticing at the same time is that the kelp is continuing. Little patches of it finding purchase in holes or crevices filled with sand, and again, air above you.
And can we talk to each other, or do we have the comms that we can talk while we're
Yeah.
underwater? I'm going to be like, Captain, I don't need to remind you that it is extremely weird that the kelp, bioluminescent kelp, is this close to the surface. This is always much deeper.
Is that something that like the depth should be affecting,
It's
or the pressure?
yeah, pressure, lack of light, lack of colder water.
Well, I mean, we are in an enclosed area, though.
Yeah, but I mean, there's tons of caves that are this close to the surface that don't have
this.
bioluminescent kelp. I mean, I'm just kind of
So,
basing
I
this
mean,
off on my role,
is
but-
this a common type of kelp?
Not at all.
Like,
No, this
so,
is deep sea.
right, I understand
Yeah.
that, but I'm saying, is it, if I were in the deep sea, is this a common type of kelp?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not like it's a weird, like somebody was experimenting on something and their bioluminescent kelp grew out of control and attacked and killed everybody.
No.
And
No,
made
that's not what-
bioluminescent plant.
This is the
underwater.
type of
Your
kelp that, like,
imagination might take you there, but the
My
science of the
imagination
situation.
did.
Right.
No.
No, I'm just trying to point out, Captain, that someone brought this here. This wouldn't have grown on its
Well,
own.
it's
I was going to
been
say, is
very
this the type
useful.
of kelp that the rich would have in their kelp gardens at the cities and stuff?
Some of them might.
Well, I mean, we may not be the first. I mean, we know we're not the first people to discover this area. So someone could have brought this here to assist in another salvage operation, not unlike our own. This is a good idea. I do expect you both to remember this in case I forget it later and we need to use this idea.
If we're doing a salvage operation that requires us to farm kelp, I'm out.
Why?
It takes forever, Captain.
I'm just saying, it's a cheaper alternative.
Do you think it tastes like purple?
Um,
And just having this conversation as we
Yeah.
continue to walk up the tunnel.
I would not taste it.
I've tasted
tunnel?
purple once.
If you continue on, it's going
Surprisingly,
to
I have
exit
to.
the water.
Okay. The tunnel is? So
The
we're
tunnel is
gonna go
exit
above
the-
water?
Yeah. Now, this is likely a submerged section that has become an air pocket.
Okay.
Do we have scanners that can tell us if
The air's
it's
breathable?
or...
I will say yes.
Okay.
But you
Yeah.
know, you'll have to exit the water, of course, first.
Sure.
Well, the
some-
captain can do that because I don't have any extraneous oxygen on me, so you're
Yeah,
going to have
so
to test it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go up there. Excuse me.
No problem. You're scanning the air as you probably just leave the water like a foot or two, holding out the scanner in front of you.
I have like a little thing on my thing that changes color if it's not breathable.
You're also, as you're looking around, the bioluminescent kelp here has become very short-bladed and is existing outside of the water. And
Like grass? Is that kind of what it looks like?
to our minds, yes. To you, this is
Oh, right.
yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
But yes, essentially, this is existing almost as grass up here, and it's reading as breathable air.
Okay.
Well, here, Captain. I mean, I can't pilot the ship. I can at least check.
All right.
And
I will
I'll
let you.
take a deep breath of the helmet air, and then helmet off, and then tentative sniff.
There's an odd scent to this, unlike anything you've ever smelled in your life, but it is breathable.
I think it's all right. I mean, we'll have to wait and see if I keel over in a few minutes, but I think it's okay.
I'm going to start calling you Canary.
You are
Garrett.
also beginning to... The other thing with all this
What's a
is
canary?
you are hearing so much.
Oh.
This is a wide... you're used to enclosed spaces. This is a wide open space. And there, that just in your ears, you're like, there is more beyond just this area. This is a expansive underwater air pocket. You don't know how big it is, but you know that this is the kind of what you would have expected in a small colony almost.
Okay.
That sound, that open air, and not only that, but the sound of a little bit of movement. Like you're looking at the grass out here, and there's a certain amount of movement to it.
So there's airflow.
Yeah. And I think this is a good point for us to go ahead and pause and take another break. If
Alrighty.
everybody's
All right,
good.
sounds
All
good.
right.
We'll be
All
back
right.
in just a few minutes, y'all.
Bye.
And that will do it for us tonight on Seriously, Let's Play.